Joseph Chapman, Brody Stanfield, Britton Pack, Zai Dennis, Matt McKinnon, Hudson Harris, Wyatt Moonihan, Easton Donlin, Owen Barkley, Benson Elmore, and Heath Jordan. Head coach for the P-15s is T. Dubois, assisted by Clayton Goff, Landon Delavan, and Robbie Mooneyham. Umpires for today's game are at home plate, Mike Kopax. On the field, Kyle Mills. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we kindly request you please rise as you are able for our opening ceremonies. Leading our prayer today is Pastor Zane Addis.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this freedom that we have to be out here, to compete, to play this game of baseball, the America game. Be with all the players today. Keep them safe. Be with the coaches. Give them wisdom. Be with the umpires. Give them sure minds. Thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ. Thank you for his sacrifice for us. Thank you how through him we can have eternal life and be with you. Be with us during this time. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
And now for our sportsman code, which will be presented by Christopher Kohler.
All right. Sportsman's code. Players repeat after me. I will keep the rules. I will keep faith with my teammates. I will keep my temper. I will keep myself fit. I will keep a stout heart in defeat. I will keep my pride under in victory. I will keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body.
Please remain standing for our national anthem as we honor America and those men and women who serve to protect it. As a reminder for veterans in attendance, it is optional to remain covered and render a hand salute during the playing of the national anthem in lieu of removing your cap. The national anthem is being sung by Pastor Zane Addis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's play ball.
ready whenever you are. I mean, I'm ready now. They're about to start. That's fine. They start early tonight for some reason.
15, Dylan Woods.
Yeah, maybe we can. Let's see. We're playing West Columbia tonight. No, we're at home. We're at Riley. Tomorrow we'll be at West Columbia. And then Friday will be Friday will be Welcome into P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Welcome you into the action. Your P-15s are at home playing West Columbia post 79, and Dylan Woods is at the plate already as Davis Wines delivers in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. P-15s come into this game 5-2 overall. 2-1 in league play. West Columbia 2-5 overall, 0-3 in league play. P-15's playing 3 games this week with West Columbia. They've got a home game tonight here at Riley Park, away game on Tuesday, and back in the confines of Riley Park on Friday night to conclude the series. Davis winds the 3-2 pitch. Just missed, and Dylan Woods with the leadoff walk for West Columbia. And at the plate now will be Chance Cully, the second baseman. Cully from White Knoll High School, USC Union commit. Cully's been a solid hitter for White Knoll all season long. He's going to take his talents down to USC Union. Davis gives a nod. He pitch in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch in the outside corner. Gavin Rivers catching tonight for your P-15s. Done a solid job all season. Woods with the big lead at first. Davis taking his time. The 0-1. Swung on and miss. Boy, Cully was way out in front of that one. 0-2. See if Marion Davis can get that first out of the inning for your P-15s. And a strikeout would be nice. Davis looks at the runner Woods at first. Now he winds the 0-2 pitch outside. 1-2 now. Marion Davis, 1-1 as a starter this season for your P-15s. His last outing was at Manning Santee, where the P-15s lost. So he's trying to turn it around here on the mound for your P-15s. Get a win tonight. Davis gives a nod to Rivers. The 1-2 to Cully upstairs. 2-2 now. Davis, Sumter High School product. Committed to Florence Darlington Technical College. Talented pitcher. Arguably the best for the P-15s. Davis winds the 2-2 to Cully. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For out number 1. Noah Styron at the plate now. Number 24, the right fielder. Styron from Gray Collegiate, 2027 prospect at the plate, rising junior. Another righty in this lineup. Righty-righty matchup. Davis throws to first to try to get Woods, not in time. P-15s have Connor Carter at first tonight. They stuck B.J. Balls out in right. little different lineup. We'll get into that as this ball game goes. Davis winds the pitch. In there for a strike. Boy, he painted that outside corner. Called Styron staring at that one. 0-1 the count. Styron stepping out of the box. Now steps back in. P-15, third baseman, is coming in. Davis winds the 0-1. Runner goes, swung on and missed. The throw is in time, and he is out. Gavin Rivers with the laser to second base. And Larry Johnson puts the tag on him for out number 2. Boy, Gavin Rivers, just a solid catcher behind the plate for your P-15s. And it appears Johnson is a little shaken up. Uh-oh, this is not good. I believe Woods' leg ran into Johnson's ankle. Assistant coach Moonaghan going out there to check on him. This is not good for your P-15s. Johnson's been such a stable player. He's going to walk it off and stay in the ball game. Something to look at when he comes back into the dugout. So 2 outs. 0-2 the count here to Styron. Davis trying to get that final out here. He's already got 1 strikeout tonight. Styron trying to start a 2-out rally and continue the inning for West Columbia. Here in the top of the first, still scoreless. Davis gives the nod. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled off. Just out of play down the right field line. Here the P-15 hitting complex. Got here early to the ballpark. It appeared P-15s got their swings in. Talked to Coach DeBose last week and how they showed up to Lexington with no practice swings, and that's when they scored those 16 runs. Davis winds the 0-2 to Styron. Swung on, hit up high. Going to be a tough play. Johnson grabs it, throws across, and a good catch at first base. Cade Moonaghan for the final out. Boy, Johnson had to come all the way from second. That ball was hit almost right on top of the bag. He made a perfect throw across the diamond. And the P-15s will come to bat here, still scoreless. See if they can get some runs. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Bobby Richardson Field here at historic Riley Park in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Beautiful evening here as your P-15s come to the plate. Still scoreless against West Columbia post 79. And B.J. Ball's getting his practice swings, and he's about ready to step in the batter's box. On the mound tonight for West Columbia is Preston Coggins from Brooklyn Casey High School. Big, tall, right-handed pitcher. Pitch in the air for a ball. Righty-lefty matchup. Coggins, 2025 grad, played this past year at Spartanburg Methodist College up there in the upstate. The 1-0 to ball's in there for a strike right down Broadway. Good-looking stuff from Coggins. Stuff is in the low 80s, high 70s. That was a 78-mile-per-hour heater he just threw. The 1-1 to ball. Swung on and fouled off by balls to the left side. Coggins did not pitch a whole lot up at Spartanburg Methodist. Only had 8 appearances, 10.1 innings pitched, 0-1 in the win-loss column. Coggins winds the 1-2 outside. Good eye there from balls. Count evens at 2 apiece. Coggins had an ERA of 11.32 up at Spartanburg Methodist, so very limited stuff that he threw for the Pioneers up there. As Balls looks at another ball on the outside part of the plate. Full count now. P-15s could use that leadoff runner on here. See if Coggins goes back to his fastball. The 3-2 to ball. Swung on, and that'll fall in the shallow center field. A single for B.J. Balls. Just what the doctor ordered for your P-15s. And B.J. Balls is at first base. We've mentioned his name quite a bit on the base pass. Leads the P-15s with 15 stolen bases. And that's a lot in 7 games, folks. At the plate now will be Corey Bailey, the left fielder. Righty-righty matchup. Bailey had a really good game on Friday against the Horry County win. Coggins throws over, not in time to get balls. Every time B.J. Balls is at first, it feels like the opposing pitcher always throws over there. Just kind of checking him out, making sure he's staying close to the bat. Coggins winds. The pitch swung on and fouled off toward the West Columbia dugout. Yeah, Bailey was 2 for 2 on Friday with a single and a double. Really good stuff from the P-15 left fielder. Sumter High School product. Coggins throws over to first. Again, it was close. But B.J. Balls with those long hands got back into first base. He's got the oven mitt on too on that left hand. He's creeping towards second. Coggins feeling the presence. Balls goes. Swung on, hit up high into shallow right field, and it'll be caught for out number 1. Balls retreats back to first base. Balls had a really good jump too, so looked like assistant coach Moonaghan had the hit and run sign on. And at the plate now will be Gavin Rivers, the catcher for your P-15s. Rivers from Sumter High School. As this season has progressed, he has climbed his way all the way to the 3-hole. Coggins winds, delivers, in there for a strike. Rivers has always been a solid hitter, but this past several games, he's been on a tear. Been hitting the baseball really well. Coggins throws over, not in time. Rivers, with 3 doubles, leads the team. 5 RBIs, tied with Mac McDaniel. And Mac McDaniel is on deck. Coggins throws over again, and they get B.J. Balls. Balls was creeping a little too much. And that's the second time he's been thrown out this year. I think Balls was just creeping a little too far over, and Coggins threw a missile over there and got him out for the second out. So 2 outs. 0-1 the count here to Rivers. The pitch. Did he go? He did. 0-2 quickly here to Rivers. Who had a really good game Friday against Horry County. He was 2 for 3 1 single, 1 double, and 2 RBIs. Just an excellent hitter. The 0-2 from Coggins swung on, hit up high into center field. Center fielder doesn't have to move a lot and makes the last out of the inning. We've played 1 inning here at Riley Park. Still scoreless between your P-15s and West Columbia Post 79. We'll be right back with the top of the second and more baseball. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93. Back to P-15 baseball. I'm Taylor Nominger on the call. We welcome you back here to the historic Bobby Richardson Field at Riley Park here in Sumter, South Carolina. Still scoreless after 1. P-15's had a leadoff single from B.J. Balls, but Balls was thrown out on the base pass. That doesn't happen very often. And the P-15s couldn't do much after that. So we head to the top of the second. West Columbia Post 79 will be at the plate. Talked about them earlier in the game with our Green Insurance Agency and Tax Service keys to the game. West Columbia comes in 0-3 in this league. Their last game was on Friday at Richland. They lost 3-1. And Richland Post 215 has quietly put a really good squad over there, and that's going to be a tough out for the P-15s. Later on in the year, we'll have to face them. Meanwhile, your Sumter P-15s are coming off of a 9-7 win at home on Friday night against Horry County. So the P-15s trying to continue this good mojo, and Marion Davis getting his warm-up pitches on the mound, as Gavin Rivers had to take a minute to get his catching gear on because he was the last out of the inning. But leading things off for West Columbia, Post 79, will be the shortstop, number 20, Chase Starkey. Starkey, long, lanky product from Gray Collegiate Academy, 2027. This Post 79 squad is very right-handed friendly, so that's something to keep an eye on in tonight's game. Marion Davis did a nice job in the top of the first. See if he can repeat that 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second. He's got 1 strikeout coming into this at bat. Righty-righty matchup here. Davis winds the pitch. Ooh, bounced it to the plate. Good block there by Rivers. Rivers wearing number 19 tonight. We've seen him wear number 1 as well. The 1-0. Outside for a strike. Caught the outside corner. 85-mile-per-hour heater there from Davis. Whew. Boy, that's really hot. Almost as hot as it is outside. The 1-1. In there for a strike right at the knees. Boy, Starkey was staring at that one. I think he was surprised it was a strike, but it was right at the knees. Good pitch there from Davis. Davis winds the 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2 the count. Davis steps back on the rubber. Starkey digs back in at the plate. The 2-2 in there for a ball. Davis tried to put it on that outside part of the plate. Starkey with better plate discipline, not swinging at that one. Full count now to the shortstop for West Columbia. The pitch from Davis, swung on, a high chopper. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 5-3 out. For out number 1 here in the top of the second. Good play over there by Cade Moonaghan. Getting the start at third. Pendergrass at short. Johnson at second. First base, Connor Carter. Left, Corey Bailey. Center field, Bodie Bowden. And right field, B.J. Balls. And Davis on the mound, and Gavin Rivers behind the plate. Blake Brown at the plate now for West Columbia. The pitch, swung on, a hard hit ball and foul down the left field line. Blake Brown playing third base tonight for West Columbia. Another right-handed hitter. Don't believe West Columbia has any lefties in the lineup. Davis winds the 0-1 upstairs, and they say he did go. Kind of a half swing there, check swing from Blake Brown. From Pillion High School, 2028 prospect, very young player at the plate here. Rising junior. Davis winds the 0-2 pitch, swung on, hit up high to right field, and Balls gets underneath it. We're out number 2. That ball carried. Blake Brown got a hold of that one just right to B.J. Balls. For a second there, I thought it was going to fall. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. At the plate now be Justin Seitler, the catcher. Seitler from Airport High School. Solid player at the plate here. Pitch from Davis, swung on by Seitler. Pendergrass grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 6-3 out. That was a good hit right at the middle, but a great play by Justin Pendergrass. We've played 1.5 here at Riley Park. Still Squirrels. We'll be back. You're listening to the... P-15 baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Welcome you back here to Riley Park at historic Bobby Richardson Field. P-15s still scoreless with West Columbia Post 79 here in the bottom of the second. Your P-15s will come to the plate, trying to break this tie game, as Preston Coggins is getting his warm-up pitches on the mound here for West Columbia Post 79. Very tall righty on the mound here. And leading things off for Sumter will be number 8, Mac McDaniel. Mac McDaniel from Sumter High School. Solid hitter at the plate. 2027 prospect. Rising senior. Righty-righty matchup. Daniel playing DH tonight. We've seen him play third in a couple of games. Coach DeBose really likes him in that DH role. Coggins winds the pitch, swung on and missed by McDaniel. McDaniel with 2 triples this season, leads the team in that category. The 0-1 in there for a strike on the outside corner. Boy, Coggins got him staring at that one. 0-2 quickly here to McDaniel. Coggins taking his time on the mound. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, a hard hit ball by McDaniel. That'll get through the left side. Mac McDaniel with the leadoff single for your P-15s. Boy, that was a good effort over there at third base. Just couldn't quite come up with it was Blake Brown. He dove and just a better hit ball there for Mac McDaniel. So no outs. And Connor Carter, the first baseman for your P-15s, will be at the plate. Big number 10. Righty-righty matchup here. Carter shows bunt, gets it down. Coggins grabs it, goes to second. The throw is off and wild. Center fielder grabs it, and that'll go down as an E1. As Coggins threw that one all the way into center field. Shortstop, Starkey couldn't quite reach it with his left hand there with his glove. Throw was just way offline. So first and second, no outs. You can start to feel the buzz in the ballpark. P-15s are trying to strike first. Larry Johnson at the plate, the second baseman. Coggins throws to second, not in time to get McDaniel as his helmet comes off. He kind of collided with the shortstop there, going back to second base. West Columbia's defense here, they're playing bunt. First baseman's creeping in. Coggins winds. Johnson bunts, and it's up high, and he bunts it up high for an out. Boy, that is just not what you want to do there. Trying to lay the bunt down, bunted it up for out number 1. So 1 out, first and second. And at the plate now will be the third baseman, Cade Moonaghan. Moonaghan getting the start at third base. From East Clarendon, rising senior, rising Wolverine. Coggins winds the pitch in there for a strike on that outside corner. 78-mile-per-hour heater. Coggins has some heat. Kind of surprised the Pioneers up at Spartanburg Methodist didn't use him more. The 0-1 swung on, and that is just foul down the right field line. Boy, that was a strong hit ball. Just foul. Yeah, Coggins up at Spartanburg Methodist. That used to be a 2-year school, now a 4-year school in the NAIA baseball. They joined the Appalachian Athletic Conference last year. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Moonaghan goes down swinging as he chased a curveball on the outside part of the plate. So 2 outs. And at the plate now is Justin Pendergrass, the shortstop. Pendergrass did not have a great night at the plate on Friday night against Horry County. So he is due. Coggins looks at the runner. The pitch in there for a strike. Justin Pendergrass, cousin Darian Pendergrass, is playing out in Texas, out in Omaha, Nebraska, for the Texas Longhorns. The 0-1 swung on, a hard hit ball by Pendergrass. That'll get shortstop, grabs it, and he throw is offline to the third baseman. Everyone is safe. He had the play at third, but just overthrew the target. So good piece of hitting there by Pendergrass. That was right through the left side. So bases loaded for your P-15s. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And at the plate will be the center fielder, Bodie Bowden. Bowden from Sumter High School. Coggins Wines delivers in there for a ball. Bowden committed to USC Sumter. Future Firehand. The 1-0 from Coggins. Swung on and missed. Boy, big cut there from Bowden. Just missed a piece of it. Home plate umpired. Pausing. Now resumes play. 1-1 the count here. Coggins winds the pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Bowden towards the P-15 dugout here at Riley Park. P-15s don't want to leave the runners on here. See if Bowden can find a gap here. Coggins winds the pitch. Just a hair outside. Whew. P-15's very fortunate. That's been a strike all night from the umpire, Mike Kopaz. Count evens it 2 apiece here. Coggins going quickly. The pitch swung on and fouled off by Bowden to the right side. Got underneath that one. Love to see the fight. Love the grit out of Bodie Bowden. Just a lunch pail guy. Fighting hard here for your P-15s. With the bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. The 2-2 from Coggins in there for strike 3. Got him looking for the final out of the inning. P-15s leave them loaded and are unable to get any runs across. And we've played 2 innings. We head to the top of the third. Still scoreless. We'll be right back. You're listening. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field in historic Riley Park here in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Your P-15s will be out in the field here in the top of the third. And at the plate will be West Columbia Post 79. Leading things off for them is the first baseman, Hunter Bowman. Righty-lefty matchup, first left-handed hitter we've seen all night from West Columbia, as Davis delivers strike 1. Oh, 1 to count here. Davis winds the pitch, swung on and missed. Boy, big cut there out of Bowman. Third baseman, Cade Moonaghan, playing on the edge of the grass there for your P-15s, anticipating a bunt. 0-2 the count. Davis winds the pitch, down low and away at the feet of Bowman. Boy, very fortunate that did not hit him. 87-mile-per-hour heater. Feels like Davis is just getting hotter and hotter with his fastball. The 1-2 to Bowden. Swung on and missed. Got him swinging. 75-mile-per-hour two-seam on the outside part of the plate. We're out number 1 here in the top of the third. And at the plate now for West Columbia will be number 4, Drew Shealy, the left fielder. He's from White Knoll High School. Rising senior, 2027 prospect. Righty-lefty matchup. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the P-15 dugout. Talked about it earlier how heavy West Columbia was right-handed hitting, but they've slid these two lefties here in the bottom of the order. Davis winds the 0-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off to the left side. 0-2 the count. Boy, Davis is really heating up that fastball. These West Columbia hitters are having a hard time timing their swing. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouled off again by Sheely. Hanging in there for West Columbia. P-15's looking for their second out here on the top of the third. Davis winds the 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off again by Sheely. 3 straight foul balls there from the left fielder. Head coach over there cheering him on. That's Lee LaForge. Trevor Badley, assistant. Stephen Eastab, also assistant. Coaches over there cheering on Sheely at the plate. Davis didn't like it. Now he steps off the rubber. Now he steps back on. Sheely steps back in the left-handed batter's box. He's ready. Davis shook off his catcher. Now gives him the nod. The 0-2 pitch, upstairs and high. The outside part of the plate. That's that fastball from Davis. Starting to see Coach DeBose send a few players down to the bullpen for your P-15s. Probably just throwing a pin. The 1-2 swung on and fouled off again. Right over my head here by Sheely. Boy, if he could straighten that out, could be really good for West Columbia. Davis winds the 1-2 pitch. Upstairs, good eye in there by Sheely. P-15s wearing blue jerseys and gray pants. Meanwhile, West Columbia wearing black jerseys, and white pants. The 2-2 from Davis. Boy, he spiked that one. Full count now to Sheely. Davis doesn't want to put that runner on here. Has yet to walk anybody. Davis winds the 3-2 pitch, swung on and hit up high into shallow left field. Going to be a tough play, and Bailey will let it fall right in front of him. He could not get to that one. That ball was near the left field foul line over there. So a nice hit there by Sheely. And he'll be at first base with one out. At the plate now will be the center fielder, number 2, Landon Farmer. Farmer from White Knoll High School. Right-handed hitter. Hitting in the 9-hole here. Righty-righty matchup. Davis throws to first, not in time to get Sheely. Sun is starting to set to my left. Beautiful evening here at Riley Park. Moonaghan coming in at third. Davis throws over again, not in time. Moonaghan really expecting that bunt here from West Columbia as he starts to creep in again. Davis winds the pitch in there for a ball just missed the outside part of the plate. And Davis was talking to his catcher there, trying to frame it up. 1-0 the count. Davis winds the pitch outside and a strike right near that same location. Caught Farmer staring at that one. Farmer looks at his wristband, gets the call, and steps back in the right-handed batter's box. Davis peeks over that left shoulder at the runner. The 1-1. Show bunt by Farmer. Throw by Rivers to first is not in time. Sheely had a decent lead over there. A bang-bang play, but he got there as the first base coach for West Columbia is definitely talking to him. Moonaghan playing about quarter way in at third for your P-15s. The 2-1 from Davis. Farmer shows bunt again and bunts it foul. 2-2 now. Boy, that was impressive there. How quickly Moonaghan came in. He is really on it tonight at third base for your P-15s. Almost like he knows what West Columbia is going to do here. Davis looks at the runner. Over that left shoulder. Now throws over, not in time. 2-2 the count. Farmer steps back in the right-handed batter's box. Trying to get something going here for West Columbia. Here in the top of the third. Davis throws over, not in time again. Boy, Sheely's getting that uniform very dirty. Davis glances over. Now he winds. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and miss. Marion Davis with another strikeout for your P-15s. That's his third strikeout on the afternoon. And that brings us to the top of the order for West Columbia post 79. Dylan Woods will be at the plate. Woods had a nice single, but was thrown out on the base pass back in the first. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch upstairs there for a ball from Davis. Woods plays first base, third base, right-handed pitcher. Selected to the South Carolina Baseball Coaches Association North and South All-Star Game. USC Union commit. Really good hitter. As the ball's down low and away. Throw is in time. Gavin Rivers gets Sheely. Man, just a missile arm there from behind the plate by Gavin Rivers to throw him out to end the inning. We've played 2.5. Still scoreless. P-15s will come to the plate here in the bottom of the third. Don't go away. You're listening to the Jams. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams, 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field at historic Raleigh Park. Here on the bottom of the third, still scoreless between your P-15s and West Columbia post 79. Top of the order due up with B.J. Balls, right fielder, leading things off here. Righty-lefty matchup. Coggins winds. The pitch in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Balls had a nice single there in the top of the first, and he was thrown out on the base pass. Coggins going quickly. The 0-1 just missed on the outside part of the plate. Good take there from Balls. 1-1 the count now. BJ with 9 hits this season, 7 singles, 2 doubles. Just a talented hitter at the plate for your P-15. The 1-1 from Coggins swung on and fouled off by Balls. Balls is committed to Lawrence Darlington Technical College. Future Stinger. Lodar has been a solid JUCO school here in the state of South Carolina, over there in Florence. The 1-2 from Coggins, outside, good take. Balls thought about swinging at that one. Count evens it 2 apiece as he steps out, gets a practice swing, now steps back in. Boy, infield is playing the shift a little bit on Balls. The second baseman's kind of playing all the way through the right side over there. The 2-2 swung on and fouled off by Balls to the left side. BJ hanging in there for your P-15s, as they'd love to get him on the base pass. 15 for 17 on the stolen base category this season. Coggins shaking his catcher off, now gives him the nod. The 2-2 to Balls, swung on and missed, got him chasing on the outside corner. Route number 1, boy, 86 mile per hour heater there from Coggins. So really good pitching duel tonight. You've got Coggins, who's coming off his first year of college at Spartanburg Methodist. You got Marion Davis on the mound for your P-15s. He's committed to Florence Darlington Tech, and he's a rising freshman in college. So very talented pitchers on the mound. Bailey steps in. Righty-righty matchup, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Corey Bailey, left fielder, 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Flew out to right field his first at bat back in the first. Trying to get something going here for your P-15s. The 0-1 from Coggins swung on and fouled off. Bailey got a piece of it. Just missed it. 0-2 quickly as Bailey steps out of the batter's box. Takes a deep breath. Now steps back in. Coggins winds. The 0-2. Ooh, in there for a strike 3. Caught Bailey looked a little inside, but it was perfectly placed right at the knees of Corey Bailey. And back-to-back strikeouts for Preston Coggins on the mound here for West Columbia. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. At the plate now for your P-15s will be the catcher, Gavin Rivers. Rivers 0 for 1 in today's game. Had a nice piece of hitting in the first, but flew it out right to the center fielder as he swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Coggins has not been behind in many counts tonight for West Columbia. The 0-1 to Rivers, swung on and fouled off. Looked like a changeup there from Coggins. 0-2 quickly here to Rivers. See if the P-15s can start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the third. Still scoreless between West Columbia and Post 79. The 0-2 from Coggins. Outside, good eye there from Rivers. That's that same pitch he got Balls swinging at a moment ago. Rivers steps back in. Been on a tear recently for your P-15s. See if he can find a gap. The 1-2 pitch swung on, hit to the third baseman. Third baseman throws across the diamond. It's a bad throw, and it's offline. Rivers rounds first. Ball still rolling, and he holds up at second base. That'll go down as an E5. Boy, bad throw there from Blake Brown at third base from West Columbia. And Rivers gets to second base, and they're going to put a pinch runner in for him. That's going to be Zy Dennis from Lawrence Manning Academy. Big number 14. Dennis has speed at the base pass. We've seen him steal a couple bases. So runner at second. At the plate now will be the DH, number 8, Mac McDaniel. McDaniel, 1 for 1 in tonight's ball game with a single. Coggins winds the pitch, swung on and fouled off by McDaniel. 0-1 the count. That's that changeup Coggins likes to alter between. He's also got a good curveball and fastball. Coggins has a lot in his pitching bag. The 0-1 in there for a strike. That's that fastball right at the knees of McDaniel. 0-2 quickly. P-15's bringing out some baseballs, giving them to the home plate umpire, Mike Copez. A lot of foul balls in the early going here. Dennis with the big lead at second. Coggins looks back at him. The 0-2 pitch swung on. A nice pitch. Nice hit in the left field, and they wave around Dennis to play at the plate, and he is just safe. Boy, Zy Dennis barely got in there with that hand. A beautiful piece of hitting there from Mac McDaniel. 2 for 2 in tonight's ball game with 2 singles, and none bigger than that one right there to get your P-15s the lead as they lead 1-0 over West Columbia Post 79. Here in the bottom of the third, pitching coach is going to come out and talk to Preston Coggins on the mound. At the plate now will be Connor Carter, the first baseman. Boy, that is just timely hitting. That was a deep count, too. Mac McDaniel hit a laser out the left field, and it was pretty much the identical place he hit that earlier hit in the ball game. Just got to the left fielder a little slower, and Dennis, with that speed, was able to get around the base pass. I'm going to be surprised with you. That was a really good relay by the left fielder, Sheely. And there was a play at the plate, but Dennis, with that speed, just got in there with that left hand. We've got a really good one here tonight between your P-15s and West Columbia. Kind of a pitching duel. 1-run ball game. See if the P-15s can add to their lead here in the bottom of the third. McDaniel at second. Connor Carter the batter. Righty-righty matchup. Coggins shakes off his catcher. Catcher looking towards the dugout. That's Seitler. Now he sets up on the outer half of the plate. Coggins winds the pitch outside. 1-0 the count. Coggins is having trouble locating that fastball. That one was 85 mile per hour. Has a lot of speed behind that arm of his. Coggins winds the 1-0 to Carter. Swung on and missed. Got him on that changeup. Carter was way out in front of that one. And that's hard to do when you're at the plate with all these different speeds and pitches you get. The 1-1 from Coggins swung on and fouled off by Carter straight back. Another changeup again from Coggins. 1-2 now. See if Carter can find a gap here. Reached on an error back in the second. P-15's leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Trying to add another run or two. The 1-2 in there for a ball. Almost hit Carter. Count evens at 2 apiece. Coggins steps off the rubber. Now steps back on. Shakes his catcher Seitler off. Now gives him the nod. Coggins looks at the runner at second. That's McDaniel. The 2-2 pitch. Outside. Good take there from Carter. Just really good eyes by the P-15 batting order. Plate discipline has been excellent so far. See if Carter can draw a walk or get a hit here. The 3-2 from Coggins. Swung on and missed. Got him on the changeup for the final out of the inning. But your P-15s, they take the lead here 1-0 here in the bottom of the third as we head to the top of the fourth. See if they can keep this mojo going. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Nomadra on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field at historic Raleigh Park in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. P-15s, they lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. Leading things off for West Columbia will be Dylan Woods, the DH, big number 15 at the plate. Righty-righty matchup here. Marion Davis still on the mound. The pitch in there for a strike right down Broadway. Caught him looking at the knees. Davis has done a solid job getting ahead in counts. See if he can keep that going here. Davis winds the 0-1 outside. 1-1 the count here to Woods. Woods batted really well at White Knoll High School. .465 average, 33 hits, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs, and 24 runs scored over there. As he swings and misses at that. Good pitch there from Davis. 1-2 now. Woods a talented hitter. Future Bantana. Committed to SC Union. Davis winds the 1-2 pitch. Got him looking. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Marion Davis. Got him looking. That's his 4th strikeout for your P-15s. Doing a solid job on the mound. At the plate now will be the second baseman, number 1, Chance Cully. Cully, another USC Union commit. Davis winds the pitch, swung on, and hit up high into shallow center field, and that'll be down for a single. So runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And at the plate now will be the right fielder, Noah Styron. He's 0 for 1 as he looks at the third base coach. Now steps in the right-handed batter's box. Styron had a really good throw to the plate. Almost got Zy Dennis. And that's the difference in our ball game. Your P-15s lead 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. Davis winds the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Good eye there from Styron. Styron from Gray Collegiate Academy. Rising senior over there. Feels like every year Gray Collegiate just keeps expanding across the Midlands. I believe they have 3 campuses now in Columbia. Davis throws over to first, not in time. Styron trying to get something going here for West Columbia. Trying to make a response after the P-15s got a run last inning. The 1-0 swung on and fouled off there. That ball hit the plate and bounced up. For a second there, I thought it was going to stay fair. 1-1 the count. Sun is setting to my left. Getting a little hard to see. Kind of surprised they haven't turned the lights on here at Raleigh Park. Davis winds. Now he throws over. He even had the announcer fooled on that pickoff move, and he's got a decent pickoff move. Would like to see him throw over there with a little more speed. He kind of gets lazy on the throws sometimes, and I feel like that's just one little tweak that can make him an excellent pitcher picking off people. The 1-1 swung on, hit up high by Styron into the first base, and Johnson comes over and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And at the plate now be the shortstop, Chase Starkey, number 20. West Columbia has a runner on first. Had a nice hit. Trying to get something going. See if Starkey can extend the inning. Davis glances over at the runner. Now he winds. Runner goes. Swung on, and that's a hit in the right field. They're going to keep waving around Cully, and they're going to hold him up at third, and he's at third base with ease. Boy, timely hitting there. Looked like West Columbia had the hit and run sign on. So Cully gets all the way to third base off the Starkey single. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. And at the plate now be the third baseman, Blake Brown. Blake Brown from Pillion High School, just south of Columbia. South of Lexington as well, right there below I-20. Davis gives the nod to his catcher. The pitch swung on and fouled off by Brown. Brown 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Had a fly out to right field back in the second. P-15's lead 1-0. Trying to get the final out here in the top of the fourth. West Columbia threatening. Davis throws over to first. Not in time. Gets Starkey. Starting to see Davis kind of take his time between pitches, going a little slower on the mound here. Starkey with a big lead at first. Davis winds, delivers, in there for a ball. Boy, don't know where that missed. That curveball looked right in there for the strike zone. 1-1 the count. P-15 faithful, letting the umpire hear it. Starkey with the big lead again over there at first. 1-1 pitch in there for a ball. Just missed. Blake Brown doing a very good job at the plate right now. See if Davis can battle back in this count and get that third out of the inning as the lights come on here at Raleigh Park. Davis gives the nod to Rivers. The 2-1 pitch. Ooh, inside, almost hit Brown. 3-1 the count. Davis definitely doesn't want to load him up. Brown gets a call from his third base coach, now steps back in the right-handed batter's box. Starkey starting to inch closer to second. The 3-1 pitch, Starkey goes, and that's a single into shallow right field. 1 run comes across for West Columbia. B.J. Balls grabs it and throws a missile to third. But Starkey was able to get there with ease. And we have a tied ball game here, folks. Boy, really good piece of hitting there by Blake Brown, the first baseman. Got Davis into a very deep count. At the plate now will be the catcher, Justin Seidler. He's 0 for 1 tonight's ball game. Had a ground out. Davis winds, delivers outside for a ball. Justin Seidler, related to Josiah Seidler, former Gamecock, back in 2019 to 2022. Josiah Seidler played for the Gamecocks and went on to play single-A ball for the Bradenton Maulers and the Pirates organization. Played there back in 2023. Josiah also played for the Greensburg Grasshoppers 2023 and 2024, and then retired in 2025. Justin Seidler, cousin to Josiah Seidler. Justin went to Airport. His cousin Josiah went to Gray Collegiate. 1-0 the count. Rivers went out there for a quick chat with Davis. Now he returns. P-15 bullpen is dead. The 1-0 to Seidler. Upstairs, 2-0 now. Back-to-back balls there from Davis. Runners on the corners here for West Columbia. Here in the top of the fourth. Tie ball game. West Columbia already plated a run looking for more. The pitch, upstairs again, 3-0 the count. That fastball just keeps elevating for Davis. He's having a little trouble controlling it at the moment. Davis gives the nod to Rivers. The 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Painted the outside corner there. Caught Seitler seeing that one. 3-1 the count. P-15's in search of that final out. 3-1 pitch upstairs. Good plate discipline there by Justin Seitler. And the bases are loaded for West Columbia post 79. With 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And pitching coach Lennon Delvin's going to come out and talk to Davis. Probably settle him down here. P-15s have no arms in the bullpen. And that's kind of one thing, we looked at as a preseason and kind of the keys to the game and keys to the whole season is the P-15 pitching staff. This year they're without Carson Todd, who was a really good pitcher for them last year. And they kind of had a 1-2 punch with Todd and Davis. And they had some solid relievers as well. This year the P-15s don't have quite as strong arms as they had in the past, but still have some solid young players that can come in and shut down things, and we've seen it. As Davis will stay on the mound. Delvin returns to the dugout. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Hunter Bowman at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup here. Bowman 0 for 1 in tonight's game with the strikeout. See if Davis can get him again. As he winds the pitch outside. 1-0 the count here to Bowman. Boy, that's the 5th straight ball there for Marion Davis. Really struggling to find the strike zone for your P-15s. Nowhere to put him here with the bases loaded. The 1-0 to Bowman. Swung on and fouled off to the left side. Bowman got underneath that one. 1-1 the count. Starting to see some arms go down there to the P-15 bullpen. West Columbia trying to break this 1-1 tie. They plated a run here in the top of the 4th, looking for more with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Davis winds the 1-1 pitch, swung on right to the third baseman Moonaghan, and he makes the nice out, just tags the base and ends the inning. West Columbia leaves them loaded. Your P-15s are able to get out of it, but West Columbia was able to plate a run, and we've got a tie game, 1-1 our score, as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back. You're listening to go to a bigger college, He's not. He's probably 19. I think the age limit is 18. Welcome you back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call. Welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field at historic Riley Park. P-15s come to the plate, trying to make a response to West Columbia's 1 run they plated here in the top of the 4th. And now we're in the bottom of the 4th. with Larry Johnson at the plate as he looks at ball one on the outside part of the plate from Preston Coggins. Johnson 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Grounded out to the first baseman. The 1-0. Ooh, that one got away there from Coggins. He bounced it to the plate. Starting to see some wear and tear on this West Columbia big right-handed arm. Looks a little tired at the moment on the mound. The 2-0 to Johnson. Swung on, a little dribble right up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Shortstop grabs it, throws it across, and makes the nice 6-3 play. What a play by Chase Starkey at short. He grabbed that one off the diamond and threw him out at first for out number 1. At the plate now for your P-15s will be the third baseman, Cade Moonaghan. Moonaghan's 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game with a strikeout. Had trouble with that curveball Preston Coggins delivered his last at bat. Coggins winds the pitch in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Moonaghan readjusts his batting helmet. Now steps back in the right-handed batter's box. The 0-1 in there for a strike. 0-2 quickly here to Moonaghan. Moonaghan steps out, gets a practice swing. Now steps back in. Coggins winds the pitch, swung on and fouled off by Moonaghan towards the West Columbia dugout over there. Preston Coggins on the mound here for West Columbia post 79. The 0-2 in there for a ball on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 now. Coggins from Brooklyn Casey High School. Played his first year of college baseball up at Spartanburg Methodist. Solid right-hander on the mound here. The 1-2. Swung on, up the middle. Shortstop, Starkey grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 6-3 out. Boy, that sounded good off the bat. Just right to the shortstop for the 6-3 out. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 4th. And at the plate now will be the shortstop, Justin Pendergrass. Pendergrass 1 for 1 with the single. So he steps in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch swung on and fouled off. Pendergrass trying to start a 2-out rally here for your P-15s. Coggins winds the 0-1. Outside, good eye there from Pendergrass. Pendergrass's cousin, Darian Pendergrass, plays for the University of Texas and out there in the College World Series. The 1-1 from Coggins. Down, low and away. Good eye there by Justin Pendergrass at the plate. 2-1. Coggins trying to battle back here. See if Pendergrass can find a gap. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Got him on that changeup on the outside part of the plate. 2-2 the count. Pendergrass steps out of the batter's box. Gets a practice swing. Steps back in. The 2-2 from Coggins. Outside. Good eye there from Pendergrass. Full count now to the P-15 shortstop. Trying to start a 2-out rally here. Coggins gives the nod to his catcher. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Preston Coggins. P-15s are tied 1-1 here with West Columbia post 79 as we head to the top of the 5th. Don't go away. We got a good one here, folks. You're listening to the Jams on 92. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Nomager on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field, historic Riley Ballpark. P-15s are in a tight one here, tied up 1-1 here in the top of the fifth. And at the plate now will be West Columbia, post 79. Drew Sheely leading things off here as he takes ball one for Marion Davis. Sheely, 1 for 1 in tonight's ball game, was one of those two base runners that got thrown out by Rivers behind the plate for your P-15s. And Sheely swings at that one. That one is going to be fouled down the left field line. Bailey almost was able to get to it. Here at Riley Park, foul territory is pretty large compared to most ballparks. Just a lot of ground to cover for all these fielders. Sheely steps back in. Righty-lefty matchup here. Davis winds the pitch. Swung on, hit up high, and gonna be just out of play. Moonaghan could have maybe made the play. It was right at the netting. I think Moonaghan thought it went further out there. He's laughing and talking to the third base coach for West Columbia. 1-2 the count here to Sheely. P-15's looking for their first out here in the top of the fifth. Davis with multiple shakes. Now gives his catcher Rivers the nod. The 1-2 pitch. Outside. 2-2 the count. Davis threw that change up on the outer half of the plate. Sheely trying to get something going here for West Columbia as they played a run last inning in the fourth. The 2-2 from Davis swung on and fouled off by Sheely toward the P-15 dugout. P-15s have a plethora of arms out there getting loose, doing their stretches. No one up hot at the moment. Davis taking his time. The 2-2 to Sheely. Inside for strike three. Right inside the corner. What a punch out there by Marion Davis. And Marion Davis with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts on the afternoon for your P-15s. One out here in the top of the fifth. At the plate now will be the center fielder, number 2, Landon Farmer. Farmer 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch upstairs. 1-0 the count. Really good plate discipline there from Farmer. Leaving that one up there in the pasture. Davis winds. The 1-0. In there for a strike on that outside part of the plate. Really good job by Gavin Rivers framing that pitch. That's one thing Rivers does very well behind the plate for your P-15s. Gives the umpire a really good call there. The 1-1 swung on and missed. Farmer with a big cut there. 1-2 the count now. Davis looking for that second out here on the top of the fifth. Davis taking his time. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, good eye there by Farmer. Boy, the gnats are starting to come out here in the middle of June. Starting to see Pendergrass over there at short, swatting them around with his glove. Might need to add some bug spray to the arsenal. The 2-2 to Farmer. In there, swung on and miss. Got him on that hot heater. And that's Marion Davis. 6 strikeout on the night for your P-15s. Back-to-back Ks. The big righty from Sumter High School. As top of the order due up for West Columbia, post 79. Dylan Woods, the DH, comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Struck out his last at bat of the fourth. Had a nice single in the first. Righty-righty matchup here. Davis winds, delivers. In there for a strike. Caught him looking at that changeup. 0-1 the count. Woods batted .465 in high school for White Knoll High School. Just was at the North-South Our-Star game a couple weeks ago. The 0-1 from Davis swung on a hard hit ball to the second baseman. It bounces off of Johnson's glove. Got him in the hands, and that's going to go down as an E4. Boy, that was sharply hit by Woods. Kind of surprised. Johnson missed that one. I think he was a little too worried about making the throw and didn't keep his eyes on the baseball. So runner on first, 2 outs. At the plate now for West Columbia will be the second baseman, number 1, Chance Cully. Cully 1 for 1 with a single and scored a run for West Columbia last inning. Davis winds the pitch in there for a strike on an outside corner. That changeup is really working for Davis. Woods with the big lead over there at first. Carter, ready for the throw over. He's holding them on. The 0-1 from Davis, swung on and missed. Boy, Cully was swinging hard at that one. As he starts to walk around, now he'll step back in. Cully not used to seeing that heat. 0-2 the count. Davis gives the nod. The pitch, runner goes and fouled off by Cully. 0-2 now. The hit and run sign has gone really well for West Columbia. They've stolen a couple of bags that won't show up in the box score, but timely hitting from West Columbia when they've had that hit and run sign on. Back in the fourth, they had a runner get from first to third off of a nice hit. The 0-2 pitch, outside. 1-2 now. Here to Cully. Second baseman from White Knoll High School. Committed to USC Union. Another solid JUCO program in the great state of South Carolina. Davis winds. The Woods goes. Fouled off again by Cully. Hanging in there. Boy, that got him up in the hands. That ball just rolled to the P-15 dugout. Home plate umpire asking for some more baseballs. Boy, lights are on here and a beautiful sun set over to my left. See the water tower out in center field just shining on with the sun. 1-2 the count here to Cully. Davis trying to get that final out here for your P-15s. As he steps off the rubber, now will step back on. Cully steps out, now steps back in. Cully trying to extend the inning. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Ooh, you felt that one up here as that ball hit the railing up top here at the press box. Cully fouled that one straight back. We do have a net in front of us, which helps things. And we'll do it again. Very interested to see what Davis is going to throw to Cully. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, swung him up. Got him looking on that outside heater from Marion Davis. And the P-15s, they get out of the top of the fifth as we head to the bottom half of this inning. Still tied up, one apiece here with West Columbia post 79. We'll see if the P-15s can get the bats rolling and break this tie. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We got a good one here, folks. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. That's his 7th. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back to Bobby Richardson Field, historic Raleigh Ballpark. P-15s tied up with West Columbia post 79. 1-1 our score here in the bottom of the 5th. And leading things off for your P-15 is Bodie Bowden. Preston Coggins on the mound. As he winds, delivers, strike 1. Big swing and miss there by Bodie Bowden. 0-1 the count here to the P-15 center fielder. Coggins winds, delivers, just in there for the strike. Boy, both pitchers have been living on the corners. Umpires giving them the strike calls. The zone is very expanded tonight. The 0-2 to Bowden, outside. 1-2 now. Bowden 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Struck out back in the 2nd inning. West Columbia starting to send some relievers down to their left-hand bullpen. The 1-2, down, low and away, right at the ankles of Bowden. 2-2 the count. Mentioned last inning, Preston Coggins looked a little tired on the mound, but his speed has not gone down any. The 2-2, down, low and away. Good eye there from Bowden. Good block by the catcher, Justin Seitler. Full count now to the P-15 center fielder. Coggins shaking off his catcher. Now gives him the nod. The pitch? In there for a ball. Good eye there by Bodie Bowden as he draws the leadoff walk for your P-15s here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up the top of the order for your Sumter P-15s, and that'll be B.J. Balls at the plate. Balls playing right field tonight. We've seen him at first base, getting the start out in the outfield. He's 1 for 2 tonight's ball game with a single and a strikeout his last at bat. Righty-lefty matchup. Coggins throws over to first, not in time to get Bowden. Bowden had a decent lead over there. Bowden digs in, creeping towards second. The pitch, outside from Coggins. Boy, that ball was all the way in the right-handed batter's box. Good eye from B.J. Balls. Righty-lefty matchup. Coggins winds the pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. Ooh, that one went down to the seating area. Glad they had some netting down there. That ball was off the baseball bat like a rocket. Coggins taking his time, now throws over to first, not in time to get Bowden. Bodie Bowden, very scrappy player for your P-15s. Would love to see him steal a bag here. I think Coggins feels the presence of Bowden. The 1-1 to Balls. Balls' bunt is up, and it is foul. Seitler chased it, but that one hung in the air for a minute. Very fortunate that Sightler couldn't get to that one. P-15s have had trouble laying down the bunt. You saw him lay down one earlier by Johnson, and he popped it right up to the catcher. See if Balls has the bunt sign on here with 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch outside. Bowden goes, and the throw is in time for the out. Sightler with the throw down. Bowden kind of slid in a little hard, and Starkey checking on him, the shortstop. Good sportsmanship out there. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Base is empty. 1-2 the count here to Balls. Infield playing on the edge of the grass. Coggins winds the pitch. Inside for a strike 3. Right at the knees. A late call from the umpire. But Balls had already knew it. He was already walking back to the P-15 dugout. Looked a little inside to me, but it was right on the knees. As a ball enters the playing area, as one of the West Columbia pitchers had to climb the fence and get it, now he'll go back to the bullpen. Coggins winds, delivers. Fouled off by Bailey. Corey Bailey at the plate for your P-15s. Oh for 2 in tonight's game. Trying to start a 2-out rally. The 0-1 from Coggins. Ooh, in there for a strike. Looked a little inside. P-15 faithful didn't like that call. Coggins trying to get out of the inning here for West Columbia. The 0-2 to Bailey. Swung on and missed and tagged him out. And that'll end the inning. Still tied. P-15's 1. West Columbia Post 79 1. As we head to the top of the 6th, we got a pitcher's duel here at Riley Park. Don't go away. You're listening to the Gems on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back here to the top of the 6th. Still tied, 1-1 our score between your P-15s and the visiting West Columbia Post 79. And we'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Newman's Automotive, Green Insurance Agency and Tax Service, FTC, CarQuest Auto Parts, Daniel Wealth Management, Piggly Wiggly, USC Sumter, and CRW Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. As we're about ready to get things going here in the top of the 6th, West Columbia will be at the plate. P-15s are keeping their ace, Marion Davis, on the mound here. They had a couple pitchers warming up when the P-15s were at bat, but all those players are slowly making their way back to the P-15 dugout. Noah Strywin at the plate. Right fielder. 0 for 2. Righty-righty matchup. Davis winds, delivers, swung on, and fouled off to the right side. Strywin from Gray Collegiate. Tall, 6'4" player. And that's how tall Coggins is on the mound for West Columbia. They got some tall, very athletic prospects. The 0-1 from Davis. In there for a ball. Just missed. A little low on that bottom corner. Rivers did not catch that baseball. I feel like if he catches that, he's going to get that strike call most of the time. Stroud steps back in. Davis winds the 1-1 pitch, swung on and fouled off. Ooh, hit the umpire there. Boy, we have probably one of the most beautiful sunsets of the summer so far to my left. Starting to see the pink clouds and everything. Just a beautiful backdrop here in Sumter, South Carolina at historic Raleigh Park. If you haven't catched a P-15 game, you got to come out and catch one. Just a great night for the whole family. Davis winds the 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled off again to the right side. Nice Stroud. West Columbia first base coach talking to Stroud. Gets the call. Now he steps back in the right-handed batter's box. I think West Columbia post 79 is trying to get someone warm in the pen down there on that left field line. The 1-2 from Davis. Swung on and miss. And the throw is in time. Swung on, dropped third strike. And Marion Davis with his 8th strikeout on the night for your P-15s. Boy, impressive stuff from the big righty from Sumter High. At the plate now will be the shortstop, number 20, Chase Starkey. Starkey 1 for 2 in tonight's game. Had a single his last at bat in the 4th. Davis winds the pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Infield playing back for your P-15s, kind of on the edge of the grass. Everyone except Carter and Moonaghan at first and third. The 1-0. Swung on, hit up high in the center field. Bowden's having to go back, and he catches it a few steps before that warning track. Boy, just excellent range from Bodie Bowden. He was running back and made the catch almost over his shoulder for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, and at the plate now for West Columbia will be number 17, Blake Brown, the third baseman. Brown 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Had a single his last at bat. Back in that big 4th inning for West Columbia. Davis winds the pitch, swung on and fouled off to the right side there by Brown. That's one thing. Both teams have done a nice job is fouling things off. Pitch swung on, hit up high in the center field. It's going to be a tough one. It'll fall. And no one's on the bag at second base as Pendergrass and Johnson went out there in the shallow center field. So Brown will get all to second base on that one. So 2 outs. At the plate now for West Columbia will be the catcher, Justin Seitler. Seitler 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Drew a walk his last at bat. Righty-righty matchup here. Davis trying to get that final out here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 our score. West Columbia trying to break this tie here. They've had 5 hits to go along with their 1 run. P-15s with 5 hits as well with their 1 run. Davis steps off the rubber. Didn't like that big lead over there by Brown. Davis taking his time here on the mound. As he looks at the runner. The pitch. Upstairs, high. Almost eye level there. To Seitler. Justin Seitler at the plate. Future Columbia International University Ram. CIU Ram. NAIA ball. Appalachian Athletic Conference player. The 1-0 from Davis. Upstairs again. Rivers kind of faked through that one. Back to second. 2-0 quickly. P-15s do have a pitcher warming up in the pen. Appears to be a right hand. Davis looks at the runner. The 2-0. Swung on and fouled straight back over. Back the press box here. Beautiful evening here at Riley Park. Been a pitcher's duel all night between Marion Davis and Preston Coggins. West Columbia trying to break through here. Justin Seitler, the catcher, trying to find a gap. Marion Davis trying to shut him down. He's got 8 Ks, looking for more. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and hit up high in the center field. Bowden thought about going back and now will come in a few steps and makes the final out of the inning. We've played 5.5 innings. Still tied 1-1, as we head to the bottom of the 6th. See if the P-15s can break that tie. Don't go away. We got a good one. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Long here on the Jams. We welcome you back to Bobby Richardson Field here at historic Raleigh Ballpark here in downtown Sumter, South Carolina. Still tied 1-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. P-15s will try to break that tie with a solid bat coming to the plate in the catcher, Gavin Rivers. Rivers coming to the plate, trying to get something going. He's 0 for 1, reached on an error back in the 3rd. Preston Coggins still on the mound here for West Columbia. Pitch, swung on and miss. Right at the knees, inside part of the plate. Caught Rivers taking a big cut at that one. 85 mile per hour heater there. Coggins winds the pitch, swung on, hit up high in the shallow right field. Right fielder gets under it and makes the catch. That ball hung in the air a little too long for out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And at the plate now for your P-15s, the DH, Matt McDaniel. Boy, McDaniel's had a really good night for your P-15s. 2 for 2. 2 singles, 1 RBI. Had that very timely hitting back in the 3rd. Pitch down, low and away from Coggins. Starting to see a lot of activity in that West Columbia bullpen out there. They didn't bring a whole lot of players, probably about 10 or 11. and they're all out there in the bullpen. The 1-0 from Coggins. Swung on and hit up high by McDaniel. Center fielder's going back. It's over his head. He drops it. McDaniel rounds first, and he'll stand up at second base with a stand-up double. Mac McDaniel continues to flash here for the P-15s. Center fielder, Farmer, lost that one in the haystack. And Mac McDaniel with a big double here with one out. Boy, Mac McDaniel 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Impressive stuff there from the DH. Infield umpire calls time. Now home plate umpire calls play. Preston Coggins doesn't like all this disruption. Steps way off the mound. Now steps back on. Connor Carter at the plate for your P-15s. Carter shows bunt. Pulls it back for a ball. P-15 dugout getting into it. Trying to cheer on their team here. 1-1 our score here in the bottom of the 6th. P-15's trying to break this tie. Coggins looks at the runner at second. That's McDaniel. Carter shows bunt. Gets it down the third base bound. Oh, this is a good bunt. And, oh, my goodness. Coggins scooped it up with his glove and tried to toss it to the third baseman. He wasn't even on the bag. Just a really big miscue there from the pitcher. That was really his only play, though, because Connor Carter laid a beautiful bunt down. And he'll be at first base with a single. So first and third, one out. And at the plate now for your P-15s be the second baseman, number 3, Larry Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2. He's due. Coggins winds. Johnson shows bunt, pulls it back for a ball, and a stolen base there by Carter. So second and third, infield comes in here for West Columbia. P-15 dugout clapping it up. They're on the rail and cheering on Johnson here. Coggins looking for that second out. The 1-0 to Johnson. In there for a strike right down Broadway. Not a bad take there from Johnson. That changeup, it's hard to read off the arm of Coggins. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit up high in the center field. Is it going to be enough to tag? And the throw is not in time, and Mac McDaniel comes and scores. A great sac fly there by Larry Johnson. And the P-15s, they take the lead 2-1 over West Columbia post 79 here in the bottom of the 6th. Boy, great piece of hitting there. Both runners tag. So Carter is at third base here with 2 outs. And at the plate now for your P-15s will be the third baseman, number 6, Cade Moonaghan. West Columbia is saying that Mac McDaniel didn't touch third. They threw over there just to make sure. Kind of desperate for an out. Now the head coach for West Columbia is going to come out and talk things with the home plate umpire, Mike Kopaz. That's Lee LaFord. Talking about if Mac McDaniel tagged at the right time there. Heated discussion here between the West Columbia coach and home plate umpire. Infield umpire on the mound there with the whole West Columbia team. Talking to them. And now we'll go back into the field. Boy, the second baseman over there, Cully, laughing it up, talking it up with that infield umpire. Moonaghan at the plate, patiently awaiting his first pitch. The pitch in there for a strike. Carter with a big lead at third. If you've been watching the College World Series, West Virginia stole a run and got home plate. so you never know. As Moonaghan fouls that one off. 0-2 the count here. So your P-15 third baseman, who's 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game, trying to get this run across here with 2 outs. Coggins shakes his catcher off. Now gives him the nod. The pitch outside. Good eye there by Moonaghan. Boy, that was an 85-mile-per-hour heater. See if Moonaghan can get a big hit for your P-15s. The 1-2 pitch outside, and boy, Seitler was very fortunate to catch that ball. Been real impressed with this airport catcher behind the plate for West Columbia. He already has a state championship ring as Airport won back in 2025. And a solid program over there in the Midlands. Airport made it all the way to the state championship this year. Was unable to bring the hardware home as Chapin took it from him. 2-2 the count. P-15 dugout on their feet, clapping it up. Coggins taking long to deliver the pitch, and Moonaghan does not like it as he steps out of the batter's box. Now he steps back in. Coggins taking his time. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off by Moonaghan. Got underneath it. Good contact there by your P-15 third baseman. P-15's lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. They plated a run off of a RBI sac fly from Larry Johnson that brought home Mac McDaniel. And that's the difference in our ball game right now. Catcher Seitler going out there to talk to Coggins. Trying to get that right pitch here so they can get that final out for West Columbia. P-15's trying to plate another run. The 2-2 to Moonaghan. Oh, almost hit him there inside. Moonaghan's arguing his case to the home plate umpire. Full count now. Coggins doesn't want to lose him here. P-15's on their feet, clapping it up. 3-2 pitch in there for strike 3. Got Moonaghan looking at that one for the final out of the inning. But your P-15s, they played a run, and they lead 2-1 as we head to the top of the 7th. We've got a good one. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3. I think he and that other kid on the team were Lakewood's baseball team. It's a two-man show. Welcome back into P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Novinger on the call for your P-15s all season long. As we welcome you back in to the top of the 7th, P-15s lead 2-1, and they've made a FTC call to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by FTC, home internet wireless provider. Give them a call today to get all your home needs. And the P-15s will bring in the Lakewood Gator product, Matthew McKinnon on the mound. Right-handed pitcher getting his warm-up tosses in here. And we'll check our scoreboard while we wait for that. We'll go to the College World Series out in Omaha, Nebraska. Oklahoma up 4-2 over Georgia in the bottom of the sixth. Texas won 14-2 over Alabama earlier today. A lot of good matchups out there in the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. I went out there in 2011 when the Gamecocks won it of South Carolina. Beautiful place out west. McKinnon's ready to go. At the plate now will be Bound. The pitch in there for a strike. Hunter Bowman at the plate. 0-1 the count. McKinnon taking his time, gives the catcher Rivers the nod. The pitch, swung on and miss. 0-2 quickly here. McKinnon with an 80-mile-per-hour heater. B.J. Ball's coming in right field, playing in shallow right. The 0-2 to Bowman. Swung on and missed. Dropped third strike. Rivers throws over to first and gets it in time for out number 1. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th. And at the plate now for West Columbia will be number 4, Drew Shealy, the left fielder. Shealy's 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Had a single back in the 3rd. Struck out his last at bat to Marion Davis. McKinnon winds, delivers. Ball 1 on the outside part of the plate. Starting to hear the fans out in Riley Park. They're getting fired up. Trying to cheer Matthew McKinnon on to victory. The pitch, outside again. Good eye there from Shealy. Shealy from White Knoll High School. The 2-0 from McKinnon. In there for a strike. He painted that outside corner. That was a high strike right at the knees. P-15s are clapping. The 2-1 pitch. Just missed. Down low and away. McKinnon has good stuff. Has a lot of speed at 80 miles per hour. From Lakewood High School. Big Lakewood Gator. Kind of do-it-all guy for them. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, and that's hit right to the third baseman, Moonaghan. And he mishandles it. And that'll go down as an E5. That ball was hit right to him. It went off his glove. Got to make those plays. That's the second error in tonight's ball game for your P-15s. So runner on first, 1 out. At the plate now will be the 9-hole hitter, number 2, Landon Farmer, the center fielder. Farmer's 0 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Moonaghan playing in at third as he's expecting the bunt. McKinnon throws to first, not in time. West Columbia, post 79, trailing by 1 run here in the top of the 7th. P-15s lead 2-1, trying to hold on. McKinnon, pitch, bunted off and foul there by Farmer. Right to the P-15 dugout. Game 1 against West Columbia tonight. Game 2 tomorrow at Brooklyn Casey High School. Friday, back here at Riley Park. And Saturday, the P-15s will go to Founders Park in Columbia, South Carolina to play a travel ball team. McKinnon throws to first, not in time. P-15s will play the Diamond Devils at 1 o'clock on Saturday. All the other games are at 7 o'clock. Moonaghan playing about halfway in as he's expecting the bunt. The 0-1 pitch. Bunt is down the first base line. Going to be a tough play. McKinnon grabs it and makes a nice toss. The 1-3 out for out number 2. But Shealy does advance to second base. So runner on second. 2 outs. Top of the order due up with the DH, number 15, Dylan Woods. Woods 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Had a single. Reached on an error back in the 5th, his last at bat. Woods a very talented hitter at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. McKinnon steps off the rubber. Didn't like how that runner at second, Sheely, did not go back to the bag. Now he steps back on. P-15s have to be careful here. Sheely might try to steal third. McKinnon winds the pitch. In there for a ball. Just missed on the outside part of the strike zone. Dylan Woods at the plate. South Carolina Baseball Coaches Association, North and South All-Star prospect. Batted .465 at White Knoll. Very talented hitter at the plate. The 1-0 from McKinnon. Outside, 2-0 quickly. First base is open. McKinnon doesn't want to walk him. P-15s have a couple arms down in the pen. They're on the railing watching. But they're ready at any moment's notice to start warming up. McKinnon looks at the runner. The 2-0 to Woods. Outside again. Just missed the outside part of the plate. 3-0 the count here. The big DH for West Columbia. McKinnon steps off the rubber. Pushes some dirt back with that right foot. Now steps back on. Big righty from Lakeway. Trying to get that final out. As he looks at the runner at second. Still looking at him. And he steps off the rubber. Didn't like that big lead there by Drew Sheely. P-15s are not holding him on over there. Trying to get that final out as McKinnon trying to focus on the batter. McKinnon looks back at the runner at second. Now throws, and not in time, but an impressive play there by Larry Johnson. That throw was a little offline, and he came from second base, made an impressive catch across his body there. P-15's very fortunate that ball did not end up in center field. The 3-0 to Woods. Inside for a strike. P-15 faithful cheering him on here. Trying to get that final out here in the top of the 7th. Leading 2-1. McKinnon taking his time here on the mound as he takes a deep breath. Now looks at the runner at second. The pitch? Outside, and Dylan Woods draws the 2-out walk. And he'll be at first base. So first and second, 2 outs. And at the plate now for West Columbia will be the second baseman, Chance Coley. Coley's 1 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Scored the only run back in the 4th. As he's looking and talking to his coach over there. Third base coach came all the way in and gave Coley a little talking to. Gave him a pat on the back. Now Coley steps in the right-handed batter's box. Righty-righty matchup here. McKinnon on the mound here for your P-15s. The pitch. Swung on and hit up high into left center field. Bowden's tracking it, and it is down. 1 run comes across for West Columbia. They wave around Woods. There will not be a throw, and the throw to third is not in time for the out. Moonahan cannot believe it. It looked like the throw was in time, but they're going to say that Cully got under the tag. As Coach DeBose is coming out immediately for your P-15s. Definitely going to debate that call. Boy, that ball was hit a ton out to left center field. Chance Coley hit that one right in front of the scoreboard. And West Columbia Post 79, they take the lead here, 3-2 over your P-15s. Coach DeBose was not happy with that call at third base because Cully looked like he was out. They called him safe. The throw was definitely in time. Like, it was a good relay there from Corey Bailey, who had to come in and make the throw about that out there in left field. Boy, this is a heated discussion between umpires Mike Kopez and the infield judge. Looked out from up here. We don't have instant replay. We're not as fancy as the major leagues. Boy, this is a long discussion between these two umpires. P-15s are just kind of standing around, seeing if they're out of the inning. Home plate umpires going all the way out, a little bit in the field there. I think Coach DeBose was arguing that Bodie Bowden put his hands up for like a ground rule double. I think that's what this discussion is also about, because that would mean that one run would come across and not two. Umpires still talking about it. Well, they're right in each other's faces. But what a hit there from Chance Cully. Hit that one way out the left center field. Now both umpires are going to bring both coaches. Bringing Coach DeBose out, talking to him, trying to explain this whole situation. It looked like to me he was out at third. And it also looked like Bowden had his hands up for a ground rule double. So that would mean the runners would go back to second and third with 2 outs. And the score would be 2-2. So this is a very big call in the game. Very heated discussion by both head coaches here. You can start to feel the tension in the air. I mean, this is a league game, region game between these two squads. P-15s would love to take game 1 of 3. Umpires still talking about it with both coaches. The infield judge is giving an explanation to Coach DeBose, and he is not happy as he shakes his head and goes back to the P-15 dugout. And they're going to call Cully safe at third. And they're going to say that Bodie Bowden did not put his hands up for that ground rule double. So we will keep going here in the top of the 7th. 3-2 our score. West Columbia leads. At the plate now will be the right fielder, number 24, Noah Strand. Righty-righty matchup here. McKinnon on the mound, trying to get that final out. The pitch swung on and fouled off. P-15s giving up 2 runs to West Columbia here in the top of the 7th as they trail 3-2. West Columbia still threatening with a runner on third. The 0-1 swung on, a slow roller to the shortstop, Pendergrass. He grabs it, throws across the diamond for the nice 6-3 out to end the inning. But West Columbia, they strike back with 2 runs, and they lead 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for your P-15s. We got a good one here, folks. Don't go away. You're listening to the Jams on 92.3 and 93.3 FM. Welcome back to P-15 Baseball. I'm Taylor Nomage on the call for your P-15s all season long here on the Jams. We welcome you back here to Bobby Richardson Field at historic Raleigh Ballpark. P-15s trail 3-2 to West Columbia, post 79, and they'll make a FTC call to the bullpen. This call to bullpen is brought to you by FTC. All your home wireless internet needs, give them a call today and they'll get you set up. And on the mound now for West Columbia will be a right-handed pitcher. Big number 20, Chase Starkey. Starkey played shortstop pretty much the entire game. And he'll be on the mound here. Getting his warm-up tosses in. And before he finishes that, we'll check our Major League scoreboard. Philadelphia Phillies lead 5-0 over the Miami Marlins in the bottom of the 8th. Washington Nationals lead 7-3 over the Kansas City Royals into the 8th. Cincinnati Reds up 9-0 over the New York Mets in the mid-6th. St. Louis Cardinals lead 3-0 over the San Diego Padres. Chicago Cubs lead 1-0 over the Colorado Rockies. Minnesota Twins lead 3-2 over the Texas Rangers into the 4th inning. Detroit Tigers lead 5-0 over the Houston Astros, top of the 3rd. Los Angeles Angels, Arizona Diamondbacks yet to play, and the Pirates Athletics yet to play later on tonight, and the Tampa Bay Rays and LA Dodgers yet to play. We welcome you back in to the action as Chase Starkey has his warm-up pitches done, and he delivers ball 1 to Justin Pendergrass. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch outside for a ball. 2-0 quickly here to the P-15 shortstop. Pendergrass 1 for 2 in tonight's game. Pitch down low and in there for a strike. Boy, the P-15 faithful are letting the umpire hear it. They are booing and shouting at the umpire. It was right at the knees of Pendergrass, but it was a late call from the umpire. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count to Pendergrass. Chase Starkey on the mound here for West Columbia. The 3-1, in there for a strike. Full count now. Boy, Chase Starkey doesn't waste any time on the mound here for West Columbia, going very fast between pitches. The 3-2, swung on. Shortstop, no, third baseman grabs it. The throw is in time for the 5-3 out. Boy, it was a bang-bang play, and Coach DuBose is immediately out of the dugout. He cannot believe this call. It looked like Pendergrass beat it out because that ball was hit through the left side, and I was kind of wondering if the shortstop or the third baseman was going to grab it because it was such a weird place. Coach DuBose going back to the dugout. He is really upset. Infield umpire and home plate umpire going to talk about this one. Infield coming in for West Columbia, talking to Starkey on the mound, going over some defensive strategy. If the P-15s could get this call to go their way, it would be big. But they're going to say he is out. Boy, the P-15 faithful are letting the umpire hear it. I have not heard the fans this animated all season. They must really think he was safe. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And at the plate now will be the center fielder, number 9, Bodie Bowden. Pitch inside for a ball. Bowden 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got a walk his last at bat in the 5th. Starkey winds, delivers. Outside, 2-0 now. P-15s trail by a run here. 3-2 our score. They need some base runners. The 2-0. Down low and away again. 3-0 now here to Bowden. Bullpen is dead at the moment for West Columbia. Starkey winds. The pitch just missed the strike zone, and Bodie Bowden will draw the 1-out walk for your P-15s. 4 straight balls there from Starkey. Got to think if you're West Columbia, you are not happy with that. And the pitching coach is going to come out immediately and talk things over here with Starkey, the big 6'3" shortstop from Gray Collegiate Academy. Came in here in the bottom of the 7th to pitch, but has given up a walk here with 1 out. P-15s are starting to feel a little life here. And the top of the order rolls over with B.J. Balls at the plate. Balls is due. His last single was all the way back in the 1st. Struck out back in the 3rd and the 5th. Pitching coach for West Columbia coming back in. That's Trevor Bradley. West Columbia fielders going back to their positions. And we're ready to resume play. Righty-lefty matchup here. That is one thing Starkey does not need to do, is give up a walk to B.J. Ball. The pitch, in there for a strike. Good looking changeup. Just right at the knees there. Ball's not happy with that call. Steps out of the batter's box, now steps back in. Starkey winds the 0-1, down low and away. Good eye there from Balls. As West Columbia has sent some players down to their left field bullpen. Looks like they're going to have a pitcher get warmed up. The 1-1 from Starkey. Inside, good eye by Balls. 2-1 the count. P-15s trail by a run here. They're feeling some life here. They're on the dugout cheering B.J. Balls on. Boy, Starkey throws to first, not in time. Starkey steps back on the rubber. The pitch upstairs for a strike right at the mid-waist of B.J. Balls. Starkey kind of painted that upstairs corner. And he's battled back here. 2-2 the count. Catcher gets the call from the dugout there. Starkey throws over, not in time. Balls 1 for 3 in today's game. Trying to make something happen here. The 2-2 swung on, a high chopper to the shortstop. He grabs it, throws it to first, and it is not in time. B.J. Balls, he beats it out for your P-15s. Well, that was a hard hit ball. Hit right to the shortstop over there. And he was unable to make the throw in time to get Balls. So those runners on first and second, 1 out. And at the plate now for your P-15s will be Corey Bailey, the left fielder. Bailey has yet to get hit by a pitch tonight. Was not hit by a pitch on Friday. As he tries to wear one there, leaning in that left shoulder for ball 1. Catcher Justin Seitler going out to talk to Starkey as they're on the mound trying to stall while West Columbia gets a pitcher warmed up in their pen. Well, this has been a very entertaining game tonight at Riley Ballpark. P-15's trying to come back here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to walk it off. Starkey looks at the runner at second. The 1-0. Oh, and it hits him! A hit by pitch! Just what the doctor ordered. Corey Bailey wears it, just like he always does. And the bases are loaded for your P-15s. Boy, a huge miscue there by the pitcher, Starkey. Corey Bailey. Boy, is he like a ball magnet. That's his 7th hit by pitch this season. And he leads the squad. As Gavin Rivers steps in now for your P-15s. Bases loaded. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And it looks like we will have a pitching change as West Columbia's pitcher is warmed up from the pen. And their pitching coach is coming out probably to pull Starkey here. P-15 dugout is really into it. Love to see the life out of the guys. Try to cheer on their teammates. And if I'm the P-15s, I cannot think of anyone better that I would want at the plate with Gavin Rivers. Rivers leads this team with 3 doubles, tied with 5 RBIs. Unfortunately lost that tie with Mac McDaniel's RBI tonight, as McDaniel now leads the team with 6 RBIs. This is going to be a tough spot for this new West Columbia pitcher, as West Columbia has made a call to the bullpen, brought to you by FTC. FTC, with all your home wireless internet needs, give them a call today. New pitcher will be big number 8 for West Columbia, Braden Hoffman from White Knoll. 2025 guy on the mound. Right-hander. P-15 dugout, talking it up, getting fired up as Hoffman warms up. We'll give a shout-out to our sponsors for tonight's game. Newman's Automotive, Green Insurance Agency and Tax Service, FTC, CarQuest Auto Parts, Daniel Wealth Management, Quiggly Wiggly, USC Sumter, CRW Insurance. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. P-15's trail here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 our score. And Gavin Rivers comes to the plate for your P-15s with the bases loaded and 1 out. P-15 faithful on their feet. They can feel the walk-off. See if Rivers can deliver. Righty-righty matchup here. Hoffman steps on the rubber here. Definitely has not played tonight, as his white pants are very bright. Hoffman looks at the runner at third. The pitch in there for a strike. Beautiful, beautiful curveball. 60 miles per hour. Boy, that was slow. 0-1 the count here to Rivers. Infield playing regular depth up the middle. First and third playing in. Hoffman winds the 0-1 to Rivers. Ooh, almost hit him for a ball. Ooh. That one was very close. Count evens at 1 apiece. Outfield playing shallow out there. P-15's on their feet on the railing. The 1-1 to Rivers. Swung on a high chopper to the shortstop. He grabs it, throws across the diamond, and the throw is up high, and he is safe at first base. And the P-15s have tied the ball game at 3 apiece. Boy, a huge miscue by the shortstop, Chase Starkey, who was on the mound to start this inning. They put him back at shortstop, and he overthrew the first baseman a little bit, and the foot of Hunter Bowman came off the bag, and that's why Rivers was safe. As P-15s are going to have a pinch runner here, and that's going to be Zy Dennis, pinch running at first base for your P-15s. Bases loaded for Mac McDaniel, the DH. Righty-righty matchup here. Infield playing in, trying to protect this run. The pitch from Hoffman swung on and fouled off. Mac McDaniel, 3 for 3 in tonight's game. 2 singles, 1 double, 1 RBI back in the third. Hoffman trying to get that second out here for West Columbia. The 0-1 to McDaniel, swung on, and that is single and a walk-off as Balls comes across. P-15s are going crazy as they win 4-3 over West Columbia post 79. Mac McDaniel with another single. What cannot this guy do, man? This DH for the P-15s, all he does is hit the baseball. He really lives up to that designated hitter name in the DH role. And the P-15s, they go to 6-2 overall. They go to 3-1 in League Two play, which is very important. Meanwhile, West Columbia, they will fall to 2-6 overall, and they will fall to 0-4 in League Two play. P-15s with a walk-off off of Mac McDaniel's bat, and they win 4-3. We'll see you tomorrow as P-15s will go on the road to play at West Columbia at Brooklyn Casey High School for another League Two game. I'm Taylor Novinger, and it's been an absolute joy to bring you tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining, and we'll get you back to that hip-hop on the Jams 92.3 and 93.3 FM. That's all they play on that station. You like that, don't you? You do. You like that.